Hello Aquarius, how you doing? And welcome to your energy tarot reading going from the 10th through to the 16th of February. Happy birthday to you. The energies, the birthdays, it's like the new year for you. And I would treat it as such. So it's like I would have those New Year's resolutions in place for you of what you wish to experience in life, on your physical and on your emotional side of life. Have a sort of game plan for the year, the coming year, as it were. So happy birthday to you. The energy is going to be playing in your favour. The elements seem to be really up your street again this week. So if you've seen that on the energy update, we'll be going into that a little bit later on. But in the meantime, let's just bring up your flower, shall we? Here's the general energy here. There seems to be with the energy that's flowing through you on the relationship and emotional side of life, you're taking a stance here. And I think this is taking a stance of getting things done, of trying to build something more than anything else. And I think, there's obviously there's love in life. But there's not just that. There's also experiencing life together. And I think this is what you're trying to construct on the relationship side. On the financial side, well, this is opening up a great deal. There's an opportunity, I think, that you've been creating from within you over this past year, possibly. And it could be down to experience. It could be down to sort of education or doing an online workshop or getting a certificate or those sort of things that's now opening up doors for you. You've got the Seven of Cups, on the energy that's flowing through you. Seven of Cups is a very ordained cup. It's all about the evident path of what you should be following, and I think that's very, very clear on your financial side, and I think it's also pretty clear on your sort of on your financial side, but also very, very clear on your relationship side. I think it's on both sides that this is very clear for you. Let's just see what's going on the relationship side. The karmic path here seems to be quite fiery. It's as if you've got a game plan in your mind. So if you're looking to be into a relationship, you're starting to work on how I can get into a relationship, how I can meet people and so forth. That's the first step. If you're already in a relationship, it's, okay, where do we take this relationship from here sort of scenario? You got the Nine of Cups. So following this intuition that is from within you, and following that water energy that's coming out of that one cup there, which is basically the evident path for you, the emotional evident path for you. The moment you start doing that, it's a time to start exploring this pathway, exploring these connections, these cups, these beautiful cups with the people that are around you. On the connection to the synchronicities and so forth, that's very defined as well. I think it's because you know where you're going, or you know what you want to experience, or you know how life should be for you. And I think this is where, when things turn up in your life that are not in sync with you, you're not going to let them in. No, well, surprises. You may well be surprised because of that attitude. But it's discovering the underbelly of life, the things that we don't normally see. I think you're taking a chance as well this week, as because you're sort of knowing. It feels like you're knowing what you want, so therefore you're taking a chance on love. And that's what you're doing here. But I think you've got some very strong criteria about what you want to let into your life at the moment, which is really good. Those healthy boundaries. The past is playing into the moon as well. Yeah, I think there's a lot of security from within you. I think you've, over this past sort of year or so, I think you've really understood a lot about yourself. You're a lot more secure about what you feel is right for you, what you feel in the way of as emotions for other people. And so you're not going to be kidded anymore. You're not going to be pulled into a conflict or a complicated situation, because that's not what you're after. And I think you're ready to talk about that. And I think you're ready to sort of say that to the people that are around you. Nah, sorry, that doesn't float my boat. Sort of scenario. And I think once you start being straight with yourself and you can be straight with others, it's going to make life a lot easier for you. And in your future self, there is a lot of power that plays into this. It's all about posturing and standing for you. And you get the Wheel of Fortune. There is a lot of things that are going to start swinging your way if you allow yourself to explore that Nine of Cups and explore the underbelly of life as well. But having that criteria, I do believe, is a good thing for you. What's the engagement of this week here? It just seems love is in the air. I think you're loving life because you're engaging in a way that's comfortable for you. Yeah, look at that. Love is in the air. Certainly is, I think, for you. And it's because you position yourself in such a good way. And that's what we've seen over the past year with you as well, Aquarius. There's been a lot of sort of finding out how to position yourself in regards to relationships, but also in regards to work and so forth. And this week here, I think, is where you do have to put your hearts forward. But it comes from a very sincere place from within you. And that's going to make you see things very clearly. It's going to bring a lot of things to the surface, I think, in the world around you because of the way you're positioning. And that's going to help you to sort of like open up to the experience of what that you wish to have. What you put out there is what you get back sort of scenario. Let's just have a look and see what's going on the financial side. This is all about that training, I think. This is all about there's something that you've been cultivating, and it may not necessarily be, it may be just an experience that you're cultivated over time, and now you've got this wealth, as it were. It could be that you've cultivated a business that is now starting to feed back for you. You get the Three of Swords. Now is a time to take. I think before, to get to where you were, you had to invest a lot. Because I think it was a learning curve for you. And now what your karmic path is saying, this is on your financial side. So it's not really about relationships. But it's about your relationship to the material world, to your business, to your projects, to your career path. I think you need to just take the emotional out of the emotions out of this the material side, and I think that's gonna make you a lot more efficient in the way you apply yourself, which is going to help you to make some very broad steps, big steps forward on your connection to the synchronicities. Very similar to this sort of side here. Is a very defined of what you want to allow in your life, and I think this is because you're taking the emotions out of the situation. You've got this temperance card here, turning night into day. I think what you're doing here is you're turning your experiences into something that is profitable. So it could be an idea, it could be something that you've been doing as a hobby for the past year or so, and you kind of think, well, do you know what? Actually, I could do this as a business. But you've got to take before, when you're doing a hobby, it was something you really enjoyed, and you should always enjoy it. But here is, in order to set it up as a business, you've got to take the emotional side out of it, so then you can set something up that's very solid. In your past, this is where it plays into this, but it's also playing into an idea. Ace of Swords, most definitely. I think this is there's an idea, or there's a way, or there's something that you've been doing over the last year and a half that actually is bringing you a lot of wealth. And it brings forward this idea of, I thought I've been doing that as fun, now I should do it as a business. What's in the future? There's a lot of pushing outwards. There may actually be a lot of traveling with this going on. Yeah, there is a pushing out. It's going off on a mission, a passionate mission, because I think it's right for you. And this is where you're taking the emotions out of the situations, because emotionally it sits right for you, then therefore you don't need to look any further. Why would you look for something better when you've already got the most amazing thing within you? And I think this is now you're starting to learn to set that free and allow that to go into the outer world, as it were. What's the engagement of this week here? Staying true to yourself. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Swords. Staying true to yourself. The Queen of Swords here, the good thing is if you look down the bottom there, look at this. Let me just see down the bottom. I'll get my camera right. She's got that heart behind those 3 bars, as it were. And I think that's similar to that. I think you need to sort of like put your heart away, which you can see just down there on the Queen of Swords. Put your heart away and follow your path. Once you do that, the energy and the elements will be following behind. They will be backing you up, backing you all the way. So let's just see what's going on with the elements within your reading. Let's just bring up your Astroflower. Here we go. There it is there. Okay, so on the energy update, looking at what was going on with the filament energies, but also going on with the solar flares as well. That's creating a lot of air in the space at the moment. There's a lot of energy that's going round the Earth rather than going directly at the Earth. And I think with those solar flares that I personally don't think they sent a great deal in our direction. There was a parting shot like yesterday. But generally, the solar flares have been a lot of, bark and no bite, as it were. And that's created a lot more air. And with those filament energy eruptions, we've had air and water. And looking at your sign here, you've got all of that air at the top and all of that water at the bottom. The energy is working really well for you, and certainly on your karmic path and on your connection to the universe and the synchronicities on your financial side. I think this is where you need to put this into action. It's probably going to be the part that's going to play the most important part for you in this week. So we're going to pull some cards. What are coming through from the energies of the vibration on this petal here, which is the karmic path. And then you've got this petal here, which is to do with the coincidences and so forth in your life, in your financial side. There is this connection of water and air, which is above, which is all about your future and your actions that you do in order to obtain those future experiences on your relationship side. So I think we'll pull some cards as well on that section there, which is the water energy that comes in from Pisces into your flower. So let's just pull your cards back up. So we got the 3 of Swords and the Temperance card. I think this is really important. You've got a great opportunity here within your life that comes from within you, and with that opportunity, it breeds the temptation to get caught up in your own passions and running off in a direction. They are coming. There will be a time, but at the moment this week here, it's getting things done. I think it's staying true to yourself. Ace of Swords. This is a great idea. You've now got 2 aces here that are playing on that, and I think that's counselling any sort of like woes and worries you had in the past. All the woes and worries you had in the past, I think, are sort of like flittering away with a new idea that's giving rise to passions, that Knight of Wands. But for the moment, you've just got to keep on the straight and narrow. You get the 5 of Swords. Yeah, I think this idea is going to take you away from complicated situations, which didn't really sort of float your boat more than anything else, and put you into a position of power, most definitely. And I would follow your karmic path at the moment here, just taking your emotions out of the situation. With the Temperance card, you get the King of Cups. Absolutely beautiful. I think with the coincidences around you, you've got to be calm, cool and collected. You get the Page of Swords. You're learning to use that. The energy is helping you to learn to use that mental stuff so you can get manifestation working on your direction. And you have the Strength card as well. Staying strong and true to who you are. As I say, I think here is a week of getting things in order and then you can apply your passions in the following week from the 16th. I just wanted to see what that Ace of Swords is all about. It's something that gives you reason, I think. Something that makes you feel kind of going, do you know what? I was right. That's the sensation I get out of it. On your relationship side, we've got the Ace of Cups, which is affecting this Wheel of Fortune. Let's just see what's going on with the Ace of Cups. You've got the Hangman, seeing things differently. Yeah, that could be something about here, this sort of surprise that comes in from a coincidence. It might be something that you've heard. Someone sort of saying, oh yeah, you know, I think that person there really likes you. And you kind of go, oh, really? I didn't know that. Wow. And you know, that opens up your heart to possibilities. It's just seeing things and hearing things differently is going to help you a lot. You know, it's going to unburden you as well. I think this stance you've had to take has come out of burdens. And I think once you start applying your heart in this situation, I think you're going to unburden yourself enormously. Yeah, and say goodbye to any sort of disappointments in the past. Those 3 cups in the background, they are gone, they're wasted. But these 2 cups here, that's where you get in alignment with yourself or in alignment with everybody else or with someone else. So then you can go across that bridge and then go and explore a whole new life that is within your direction. I just want to have a quick look and see what we can get out of that moon as well. You got the 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all about sort of making, I think, surprising things come up on the surface just to keep you on your path, really. You get the Justice card as well. I think if you're, you know, it's tempting you in a way, I think, energy as well, to sort of see if if you're really following your path. So I'd be very conscious about conscious about how you're putting yourself into your life, and realizing whatever you do should be for your happiness, because when you're happy, everybody else is happy, and that's the way it goes. So there you go, Aquarius. Thanking you very much for being here with us. Hope you get the best out of these readings. We did do the energy update and messages from the earth as well. So I'll see you over there, or see you here, whichever way it is. Be lovely to see you again. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.